Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference. How is everyone doing today? I hope you are absolutely doing beautiful. I hope you're fine. I hope that you had an amazing day. I also hope that you guys had an amazing 4th of July. Yes, because the July came and it went. So I hope that you enjoyed all of the festivities, and I hope that you got a chance to see the fireworks um, because I certainly saw the fireworks, and it looks like I'm lagging a little bit. Hey, Tanya! Welcome to Hello World. Yes, nice to see you. Very nice to see you. So, guys, make sure you are liking, subscribing, sharing, and turning on your notification bells. And if you can, please just give me the thumbs up. That helps the channel, and hopefully, it'll help the channel grow even more because what we talk about on Hello World and also in the chats, I believe, is very important. And it also is something that I think and I feel deeply can help others. As tonight is a deep topic, and I'm sure we all are guilty of some of the things that we will talk about. I'm sure we're all guilty of it. I can say that I know I'm guilty of, at some point in my life, time of living, just looking at somebody and being like, mm, I wish. But then, like, that's being human. But when you are aware of looking at other people and wanting what other people have, or why asking why does a person have something over you, is all forms of jealousy. But before I get into that, yesterday I had an amazing day. It was great. Tanya, how was your 4th of July? I hope it was amazing. Um, so yesterday I was just kind of lazying around trying to figure out what I wanted to do, if I was going to do anything at all. And it turns out someone texted me and, kind of said they wanted to do this, that, and the other. And I was like, ooh, that sounds like fun. I was not feeling the idea of going downtown Jersey City and possibly, running into traffic, running into street traffic, and then also parking traffic and also people traffic. Oh, that's nice. Hey, Eat Sleep Amazon. I meant to tell you, I want you to call one day so you can tell everybody about what you do. So think about it, Eat Sleep. I'm glad you had a nice, low key, and safe evening, Tanya. Did you watch any fireworks? Um, so, yes, I ended up going to see, what is it called? What was the movie called? Oh my goodness. Well, the Black Raven or something like that. It was the one with Jennifer Lawrence, and it was like a spin-off of the X-Men. So anyway, the movie was great. I saw a lot of similes and a lot of things that I feel like they're preparing us for. So I personally believe that the movies are not just for entertainment, but they're also for educating. If you want to know what I mean, then you might have to dig deeper into just surface things. Dark Phoenix, yes. Did you see that movie, Tanya? Um, so yes, a lot of I feel like a lot of the things that we see, like politically, movies wise, music, all of those things kind of, give us little signs or program us to accept certain things as to be. I could go deep like that, but I don't want to scare people who may not. I don't want to scare people who may think that I'm just a conspiracy theorist because I'm not. And I feel like, you know what? What the, there's more to what the eye physically sees. So yes, Dark Phoenix was good. And then afterwards, we ended up going back to her house, and she was like, "Yeah, they do fireworks around on my block all night." She said pretty much from 8 to like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, "For real?" So I'm thinking like the fireworks. She was talking about like, little poppers here and there. Let me tell you, they did a whole fireworks spectacular. If you want to see the spectacular before the 24 hours is up, go to my Instagram. It's at BTDLLC. You'll see the fireworks spectacular that was in the neighborhood. And then you'll also get a little bit of commentary from moi. Because, sometimes you kind of forget, even though you're holding the phone, you kind of forget that you're live. And so, I was doing commentary on different things that I was seeing. So forgive me, but it's cool. But definitely, if you missed the fireworks, go check it out on the Instagram, BTDLLC. Feel free to like that page as well. I also have a Facebook business page, and I also have a website that has t-shirts like this, um, and that has my book part one and part three, and then also specialty things that I do, onesies. All of that stuff is in the description below. You can always check that out down below, and feel free to drop your deposits in there or share them. That is also great. I would definitely appreciate that. The channel will appreciate it too. And also don't forget to throw the thumbs up and share the videos, because you never know who may be encouraged by what we talk about in the chat or just in general. So today's topic is jealous for what? First, what I'd like to do is let us get a nice definition of what jealousy means. And I always have to go to my little dictionary right here on my computer and look up what jealous means. Because I feel like when we know the root word of things, we need to understand what they mean and see how it applies to our lives, or how we should eliminate it from our lives. So, jealous is an adjective, a feeling or showing envy of someone or their achievements and advancements. Feeling or showing envy of someone and their achievements and advantages. Guys, we all, and okay, I'm not going to say we all, because I don't want you to be like, Joy, you're wrong, even though I know I'm right. But there have been times throughout the course of our lives that I believe we've all experienced jealousy of someone else. Now, let me tell you what I believe jealousy does, because I like to go deep. So, by you being jealous of someone, this is the few things that you can do to them. You can cast different spells over their lives, saying, like, they don't deserve this. And that's pretty much like a curse, you know? When you think that somebody doesn't deserve something, when you have no idea what they did to achieve what they have, or what struggles they may have had to go through just to have what they have achieved. But yet you think, because you see the outcome, that they don't deserve it. But you do. You, who have no idea how to get to what that person may have gotten, or even have the desire to get what that person has, but because they have it and you see everybody else being jumping for joy over them and excited for them, you get jealous. Why? You want all the attention. So with attention comes good and bad. So you don't want to have, you are willing to accept all of the good attention, but with good, there's always one or two that want to throw the wrench in the mix? And can you handle that wrench? But you're jealous for what? You see a neighbor who just bought a new car. This is where jealousy comes in. If you don't think that you're a jealous person or have been jealous ever, ew, where did they get that from? They always buying new something. They always have a new car. That's a form of jealousy, people, or envy, or just hating on someone. Don't be mad because they got a car. If you want a car, go buy a car. Even though you know good well you're not even in the market to buy a car. You can't even afford to buy a car, nor do you want a car. But yet, you're so upset that your neighbor got a nice brand new car. Jealous for what? Anyone who is a parent of a child or children, their classmates, every single last one of the classmates may have gotten some type of honor, but not your child. Well, my child didn't get it because what's her name probably cheated. Or how could their child get something and look at their lifestyle? They can't even afford to buy food. Jealous for what? The fact of the matter is, you have no idea if that parent has to struggle or how that parent has to struggle just to get a meal on the table at least once a day and pushes their child to the only way we can get out of this rut is if you are educated and you're able to get the family up by making better money than mommy and daddy. You don't think that child has pressure? But yet you're jealous that they got honor roll and all of the accolades that comes with being an A+ student, but you forget the fact that that child may not have been able to live like your kid, doing all the extracurricular activities, traveling, going on day trips, and they don't even get a chance to go on one day trip. Maybe a day trip for them is a walk to the local park, not even a picnic, but just a walk to the park. And hopefully the swings are not broken so they can actually swing on the swing or at least enjoy the fresh air or whatever fresh air we have. They can't even afford a basketball, but yet your kid may have 2 and 3. But you're upset that they got the honor roll and your child did not. And you get mad at your child. How dare you? Not every kid is able to make an A. Not every kid has the discipline to want to make an A. But it doesn't mean that your child is not as smart or maybe a tad bit more advanced in an area that the kid who's gotten all the A's is able to do. And you're jealous for what? Oh, Nancy or Paula or Paul just finally got the relationship that they're so extremely happy about. And you're content with the 25-year relationship or 10 or 3-year relationship with your spouse. But yet, because you see that they're glowing, going out on all these nice dates. They nice together, but look at his hair, look at his shoes, look at his clothes, or look at her hair, look at her shoes, look at her clothes. They could have did better. What are you jealous for? What? You've enjoyed a number of years with your spouse doing all of the wonderful things that you can do in a relationship. Meanwhile, Peter, Heather, or whoever it is that just got into this new relationship was waiting for 10 years plus to find somebody, but yet you don't consider all of the lonely nights that person may have had, all of the nights that they were crying, all of the why am I not beautiful enough? Why doesn't anyone see me? And this could be a man or a woman because a man can feel like they're not beautiful too, but they may say cute or whatever. And you're jealous for what? You got yours. You don't like what you have? Find something else. But you're not going to do that because you do enjoy what you have. And even if you don't enjoy what they have, you're too afraid to try for something that may be a little bit more suitable for you. I'm not even saying better because there's no such thing as a better anything. Something that's more suitable for you, your personality, your likes, your desires, the one that's going to push you to your limit so that you can be a better person. That's what I'm talking about. You see, a lot of people are just in relationships just to say that they're in relationships, but how happy are they? We don't know, nor is it our business. But imagine if everyone did wait for that person who can push them to their best capabilities, who can love them the way that they need to be loved, who can travel to the places that they desire to travel and enjoy the same similar things that they enjoy, and also give them the same freedoms to have their me time. Jealous for what? Go water your own grass. Go look upon your own grass. Go cut your own grass with your shears or lawnmower. Your coworker got a raise. Let's not even say raise because sometimes people are too afraid to even talk about that. But they got the promotion that you felt you deserved. Jealous for what? You ever consider that maybe that coworker did 20 more minutes more than you at the job, researched 20 hours more a week, sacrificed their weekends just to get more noticed so that they can be in line for the promotion? Or they were more suitable for the promotion than you. But no, well, only reason why they got that promotion is because I turned it down. When you lying? Or the only reason why they got the promotion is because look at how they always be wearing their outfits, showing all that cleavage. That's the only reason why. If it's a woman or if it's a man, well, he must have did something to get that promotion. Or he kisses the boss's behind. Yeah, he went on the golf course with him just so he could kiss his behind. I'm not holding nobody caddy, but guess what? He held the caddy. He showed more attention to the fact that he wanted this position and showed his face more to the boss. So therefore, he got the promotion. And yet you're jealous for what? You weren't willing to do what it took. And I'm not talking about sexual favors, but just being at the right place at the right time. Let's just make it less corporate. You never wanted to come in when someone else called out. You didn't want to even work the bathroom area, the public restroom area. You didn't even want to work that, clean that, but yet you deserve the promotion because you know how to tell people what to do. There's more to a job than telling people what to do. You have to be able to be effective and being able to make a situation from bad to better. That's what a manager does. A manager knows how to lead and also follow, knows when to talk and when to shut up, knows when to calm and when to hype up, knows when to be a disciplinary and knows when to let it ride because it's not that serious. But you are jealous for what? Think about it, guys. We've all experienced it in different ways and probably different forms. But I think I covered generally things that we all can kind of relate to, even if it's not you personally, but you can relate like, oh yeah, I can imagine how that person must feel. Let me give you another scenario. Let's just say, oh man, my cord is breaking. Let's just say that you did get the promotion, but you are not emotionally nor as intellectually eligible or fit for the position, but you took it anyway. You got it. You got what you wanted, right? But you can't even handle it. So now, oh, it's everybody else's fault. Take full, uh, oh man, what is it that I'm trying to say? If you did something, just take it. Take full responsibility. There you go. Take responsibility for your actions. It's not everybody else's fault all the time. How many people, just in general, hold themselves accountable for the wrongs that they have done or do? But yet they have all the reasons why Susie Q or Peter Pan not have something, or asking questions like, why do they get? Be thankful, be happy for them, because you don't know what people do or have to do in order to get to where they are. If you're not willing to go the extra mile, sit down. Let and be happy for the person who wants to go the extra mile. Be happy for them when they get their promotion. Because with great responsibility is a greater chance of being embarrassed or humiliated in front of more people. And you're jealous for what? You know, let's just say corporate world. You wanted that promotion to be the CEO, right? But when everything hits the fan, they don't go after the cause of the problem. They look at the CEO as if it's their responsibility to make sure everything is in line. So the CEO is bearing the cross for your mess up, but yet you want to be the CEO, but you have no motivation to actually do it. You just want the title, right? Right? That's what we are. Everybody wants the title. But were you willing to do what you have to do for the title? And then yet you have the nerve to be jealous for what? You want to be the CEO? Start doing CEO type things. Start hanging around all the other CEOs so you can get a taste of what it's like. Not just about the perks of being a CEO, but the actual work that goes into it. I remember when I think it was, let's just say a couple years ago, when I was just reading different little articles on Yahoo and stuff like that. Let's just say that, right? And they did a few articles about, CEOs and, what they actually do in order to like maintain their life. And so there was a company where the CEO would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, exercise for an hour, read the Wall Street Journal during his little hour, and start responding to every email inquiry that came in from his employees. Did not stop working until at least 11 p.m. You want to do that? You wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning before everyone else, while everybody else is still turning and getting that second dream in. Meanwhile, there's somebody that's willing to be the head, wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, exercise, read the Wall Street Journal to know what it is to make money, and then start answering every email from the entire corporation, right? So let's just say there are 500 employees in that corporation. So 500 emails, and they're not all just simple, oh, like that. No, these could be different things that people are requesting, asking, commenting about, and he's taking his time to read through that. And then still doing what he has to do as a CEO. See, People who are very, 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 very successful, the billionaires, the multi-millionaires of our world, they don't do what the average person does. They wake up the crack of dawn. They exercise their bodies and their brains, get it moving, have maybe a tiny breakfast, but they are investing their time into making money because they're willing to do that. And you're jealous for what? Don't ever be jealous of our Oprahs, our Jay-Z's, our Jeff Bezos, our Mark Zuckerbergs, our all of these people who we know of, right? Because there are a lot of other millionaire, billionaire people who, get to live and walk around like an average person. But trust and believe, there's always a sacrifice to everything we do. Even us average people, there's a sacrifice. Sometimes you sacrifice your personal time. Sometimes you sacrifice your relationships. Sometimes you sacrifice the enjoyment of building time with your children. Sometimes you sacrifice something just to get an education, all just to make yourself better. Why is it that we get upset when a billionaire is still trying to sacrifice to make their life a little better too? We're in two different worlds. So why are you comparing that with this? You cannot. So jealous for what? If you are not willing to up your ante and upgrade yourself so that you can understand what it is like to be up here, then stop being jealous of what? And stop asking all these people to give away their money to you, to us. Unless you're willing to work for what they want to give away, stop asking people to give away stuff. Jealous for what? That is a form of jealousy. Oh, well, they have the money, then they should do it. Why? Because just because you're reaping the harvest of what they planted and toiled for 20, 30, 40 years, why do you feel like you deserve to take part of their crop when you had nothing to do with watering, seeding, talking to their fruit or whatever they were planting, doing all of the things? Were you there when they were being rejected by so many people? Were you there when they were crying? When you were there when they were in pain? Were you there when they wanted to give up? Were you giving a word of encouragement or advice? So stop thinking that we should take something that we never worked for. It's very nice when they are generous, absolutely. But don't think that you're entitled to something that you did not work for. That's all I'm saying. You wouldn't want somebody to feel entitled to your hard earnings, whether if you're a millionaire or not, do you? So stop thinking the same way about someone that has 10 times or 20 times more than you. You have no idea what they have to go through every day. How about maybe they're threatened on a daily basis for their lives? Their family is threatened for their lives. People are trying to kidnap them just to get a ransom for the millions that they had to work hard for, and yet people are trying to take it away. Do you consider those things and you're jealous for what? So not only are they trying to enjoy what they've reaped or the harvest that they've reaped, you're jealous of that, but you don't even know that the reason why they have bodyguards is because people have a stake on their lives, and you have no idea if they have bodyguards around their other kids. So now they're spending all of their hard-earned money just to have protection. You can't even be free. But yet you're jealous for what? Oh, and you think you're entitled to people's money? For what? You want to get entitled to their money? Go start trying to hang around them so you can understand what a day in a life is for each and every one of them. Oh, it's possible to get close to them, find out where they are, start hanging around the same places that they hang around. So it may take a while, but you can get to know them. And it'll take a while for them to trust you, but there's nothing in this life that's impossible. And I guarantee once you realize what it's like, you might just be like, I think I'm okay with my little 20,000 here lifestyle or 60,000 a year lifestyle. All I'm saying is don't be upset or jealous of others because you do not know what it takes to be who they are. Imagine not having privacy. Imagine having someone test your food because there might be poison in it every meal. You have no idea what a person may go through or what they have to deal with. So, what are you jealous for? Be thankful for what you have, especially if you don't have those kind of stressors. And your kid, even if they didn't make the A's, you got to be thankful that they're not hooked onto drugs, that they're not selling their bodies for sex, that they're not doing something illegal that will make you embarrassed. Well, not even just embarrassed, but will make you feel like, why did I even bring this child into the world? If they're not the rocket scientists that you envision them to be thankful if they end up living on their own, having a job, creating their own family. That's success right there. And at least they want to have, at least you can have a nice Thanksgiving or Christmas, or you have grandchildren. Meanwhile, the person who may have been a honor roll all their lives may turn out to be something that nobody saw coming. Save your jealousy for your own self. Right? Hey, Shelly. Hey, Deb Kitty Sparkle. Hey, the truth. Mm. Sorry, I was just reading the chat a little bit. Yeah, that's true. Very true, Tanya. Tanya says you have to do what others aren't willing to do to have what others don't. It's true. And it doesn't always have to be a bad thing. Ooh, ooh. Congratulations on the new camp. Oh, I thought you said bought a new camera. Look at me. Bought ice cream. Yummy. I'm glad you had a beautiful day. Everybody deserves to have a beautiful day. I'm glad. We're just talking about jealous for what? Oh, you need a new camera? You get it, girl. If you if I find a link for you. Hey Thomas. I just saw you there. You know, it takes a lot of courage to be happy for everyone else. And you know what? When you are happy for everyone else, then you're leaving room for your life to say, I want to throw blessings at you. You're not even exerting all of that energy to be upset at someone else or to be jealous of someone else. You have no idea what they have to go through when they're by themselves, right? Because we all bear our own crosses when we're on our own and by ourselves in here and also physically. So I feel for anybody who's going through a rough time in their life, and all they can do is just smile, and when they're smiling, that's just because it's out of pain and their desire to get out of whatever they're going through. If only we would just pay attention and say, hey, are you all right? Everything good with you? That's right. And you know what? I I feel like you attract the very thing, for the most part, for the most part, you attract the very thing that you are. So if you are surrounded by good people, then you've got to have some type of goodness in you. And even if you're not a good person and you just started hanging around good people, they will wear off on you. Yes, they will. So, guys, the next time you see somebody walking down the street or driving down the street and you're like, ew, how did they get? Remember, that could be a form of envy and jealousy. Let that go. Now, if somebody's wearing a horrible outfit, I don't think that's envious to be like, that was not a good outfit to wear. Especially if whatever they're wearing is burning your eyeballs out. I don't think that's jealousy. I think that's just like, why in the world did they come out the house looking like that? Ew. But then maybe they do like what they have on and they feel comfortable in their own skin. So I guess we can't judge everybody. So I take that back. Yeah, I agree with you, Dab. Yesterday was amazing. Like, you know, I have to say my 4th of July, it was definitely put in the memory banks. I didn't do anything extravagant. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do the mainstream like, oh, be in the whole crowd or anything like that. It was just a simple movie, which I don't really go to the movies often. And I just enjoyed the time. I enjoyed the time with my friend. And I also enjoyed the time of just watching real fireworks that I felt the heat from. And I didn't even have to like stand. We sat down on the porch and we got like a front row seat. Nobody was standing in front of me. Nobody's big head was in the way. Nobody was like pushing or shoving. Everybody was just nice to each other. Like, and I kept saying to my friend, I was like, see, this is how we all should be. Everybody was outside of their house, just and if they weren't talking to other people, they were talking amongst themselves outside. But you got a chance to look at your neighbors and be like, oh, I didn't know that person lived right there. And then, if you wanted to go across the street and say hello, you could go across the street and say hello. But everybody was at peace, free of disturbance. Yes, that is peace, guys. No jealousy there. Now, I don't know what the different conversations were entailing, but it was just a communal atmosphere and it was peaceful. Who can pass that up? Hey, Tracy! Good evening to Tracy. Good evening to Tracy. Good evening, good evening, good evening to Tracy. See, the reason why I sang, because Tracy sings you in and welcomes you into Norgus R's chat every morning. Every single person that comes in. It's not just one person. She invites and welcomes everybody. Tracy, if you are able to, feel free, or eat sleep. Guys, feel free to throw up links to anybody else. And just so you know, Eat Sleep Tracy and if you guys look down in the description, I put your links down there. So, if anybody comes into my page or to the channel and they looked at the links, they see you guys there because I think you guys are super dope and I see you often. Yes, and she has a good voice. And guys, don't forget to throw me some thumbs up if you can. Tracy, we were just talking about jealous for what? Okay, so here's another good thing, right? We see the most beautiful spectacle that God has ever made. A person, I'm talking about, male or female, doesn't matter. Oh my goodness, why are they so beautiful? Or they must have paid for that body. Here we go again. Their body may be riddled with cancer, riddled with lupus, riddled with whatever disease, but yet you look at the exterior beauty and their body form and think that they have it all going on. Jealous for what? You want that ailment? Because I just read on Yahoo, I believe, there was, no, it was on Instagram. One of those, whatever. I saw a woman. She was a marathon runner, 30 something years old, passed away. But you would look at her and think she was the epitome of health. Her body was riddled with cancer, stage 4 cancer. But she did not allow that to stop her. She ran her marathons until the end. And she just passed away maybe last week. And then people have the nerve to be jealous or look at her and be like, how in the world did she do it? That's jealousy, guys, or envy. But meanwhile, behind her laughter, that was what was helping her stay alive, to help her think away from the pain that she was going through, the chemo that she had to go through. But yet, she was willing to do what you're not willing to do, or not guys, but whoever may be watching that may get jealous of people like that, right? But you're not willing to do what she has to do when she's not doing her chemo, still push her body to train in order to be body ready for a marathon. Wherever she placed, that's none of our concern, but she finished. But yet, she's not alive today, and she was not an older person. She was in her mid 30s. But people are jealous for what? Just because somebody is thin, just because somebody is muscular, just because someone is physically beautiful does not mean that their interior is looking like the exterior. So don't be jealous or envious of what they have, because you do not or will are not willing to walk in their shoes once you find out why and how hard they have to work in order to keep that frame, just to make themselves look good, because they're doing it for themselves, but yet you think that they're doing it because they want the attention. Somebody may be thin and you think just because you may have met them, or you may have known them for a while, but yet they're suffering from bulimia or anorexia, but it's not to the point where they look extremely thin, like Skeletor thin, but they're able to eat whatever and get the nutrients and then throw it up later. But you don't realize that the teeth are rotting because they don't smile enough for you to notice. And all their body parts are basically dying because it's not receiving the proper nutrients. But yet you have the nerve to be upset because they're thin and you think they're beautiful, or you think they're this, that, and the other, and you have no idea what is maintaining their thinness. And yet you're envious and jealous for what? You want to stick your finger down your throat? I don't think so, right? You want to look into the mirror and say to the mirror, "Oh my goodness, I'm 170 pounds," and meanwhile they're pretty much 120. Or everybody else can see they're 120, but they see 170, 200, and yet you're jealous for what? You think that someone is healthy in the mind, but yet you have no idea what is going on. But yet you're jealous for what? I'm just saying, I'm just throwing out different scenarios that are relatable to all of us and that I'm sure all of us have experienced. Okay, here's another one, right? You're in the register, and let's just say you're at the mall, and you just happen to be behind someone who just purchased an outfit that costs $200. Meanwhile, you're like, ew, why are they spending $200 on that? Because I could find other ways to spend $200. But yet and still, it took them 6 months to save $200 to get something that they wanted. And they always said to themselves, is your this is your gift for the year to buy this outfit. And you're jealous for what? Meanwhile, you are buying or at the mall every week, buying your little $20, $30 something every week. But yet it took them 6 months to save $200. And they're just gifting themselves something that they couldn't ordinarily afford any other day, or they buy a bag, or whatever the case, whatever they buy. Jealous for what? You do not know what the next person is going through. You do not know what the next person has to do in order to get what they have at that moment. Things don't have to be always obvious for us to be like, oh, okay, I understand. You don't have to understand. Just stop judging. Stop talking about people. I'm talking to myself too, because I can get to going about people sometimes. I'm not perfect, nowhere near it. But we have, in order for us to glow more, we have to grow. Yes, we do. Hey, blended whiskey. How are you? Blended whiskey, that wasn't nice because you saw my eyes go like this. That's right. You tell them, Tracy. But there's so many people who, may watch this later on that it might strike a little nerve and be like, See, now, if something strikes your nerve, it's not to make you feel bad. It's just to show that you have to work on it. And we are all works in progress. We all don't have it together at all the time. There have been times when somebody told me I was wrong or did something, and then I had to reevaluate what I did and reevaluate things. And I was just like, okay, well, I see where, I should do better. Does it feel good to be checked? No. Nobody wants to be checked because we're humans and we feel like, most of the times we got it all together. Nobody wants to be checked. But when you are checked, and it's rightfully so, accept it and grow. Yes. Because when you grow, you're only saying to life, I'm maturing. So give me more blessings, primarily. It's okay, blended whiskey. Guys, I met blended whiskey at another chat. I've been popping into different chats um, for a while now, and like chats outside of the normal ones. So, and I just ran into blended whiskey from watching like a hot sauce chat. So, good people. I'm definitely thankful for, um, meeting different people. I was also in a chat this afternoon. Um, this chat is called Let's Talk About It with Jamie, I believe. She's cool. And then also Miss Kelly, she's cool too. It's just different people. And what I'm noticing on YouTube is that a lot of people really are connecting, and we all have the same thing in common. We're connecting because something about our lives, may be preventing you from meeting people any other way. I'm seeing that a lot. So YouTube is definitely, especially with these lives, YouTube is definitely a saving ground for a lot of people. And I'm glad that I can experience that. And I'm glad that I'm seeing that and meeting people. And hopefully encouraging people along the way. Yeah, Miss Kelly. So, yeah, guys, people have a desire to just live in peace and harmony. They do. So, forget about what media is telling us. It's not the truth. You see it. Go. I dare you. Jump from other people's chat that you don't normally, go on, and check out their pages, and you will see the overall consensus is people just want to commune, get to know people, have a good time, make friendships, create new families, extension of families. That's what I'm seeing. I haven't seen the bad side of YouTube yet, thankfully. Hey, CCC! Welcome to Hello World. Yes. Thank you, CCC. I appreciate you. CCC, check out Blended Whiskey. Blended Whiskey, check out CCC. Blended Whiskey, check out everybody else. And I think you've already checked out everybody else because this is not the first time you're here. YouTube allows us to hang out with like-minded people and never leave the house. Yes, it's true. Because let's just face it, there are some people who just physically cannot leave the house for whatever reason. And this is an outlet for them to feel like they're part of society and making their imprint. Yes. Because even if you can't physically be out in the world, this is the world right here too. Bye, Deb Kitty. I appreciate you coming by. Oh, macaroni salad. If you were close by, I would be knocking on your door. Your door be like, hey, Dab Kitty, how are you? You said you had dinner when? Yes. I was one of those people who always went to everybody else's house to eat. I always did. Like, oh, or I stuck around long enough for when they were having dinner. I just ate. My family did eat too. Like, don't think that I was like an orphan. It's just like, I just happened to be around every time. I happened to be around every time somebody was cooking, and I would indulge. But it would take a while for me before I ate at someone's house. I had to get comfortable with you before I would just eat at your house. Let me tell you, when I used to eat meat, a friend of mine, her mom is Jamaican, and so they do the oxtail and the curry goat and the macaroni. Like, oh my goodness! And the chicken stew chicken. The chicken used to be falling off the bone. Like, I definitely made sure I stayed there a few days just to eat. Like, Joy, you hungry? No. Joy, here, have this plate. No, I'm okay. Okay. I was a shy eater, but I ate. Yes. And I used to love watching people cook too. I still do. Hi, Trevor. Welcome to Hello World. Nice to meet you, Mr. Dublin. Trevor, please get to know everybody in the chat. Feel free to go to their pages and show some love because everybody here, they are a great, they are great people. And if you enjoy what I talk about, you will definitely enjoy what they're talking about. Trevor, all we're talking about tonight is jealous for what? Just reasons why, we may look at people sometimes and, kind of think, why do they or how did they? That's just sometimes throwing hate on somebody's parade when you should be congratulating them, even though you don't know what it took for them to get to what they had. And it's a discipline that we all can tighten up on. You know what I mean? I think we all can tighten up on that from time to time. I think we fall short. That's all the show. Yay, yay, Trevor. Kudos to you. I need to go show you some love too. Let me do that now. Oh, I can't do that right now. I'll only be able to do the bad stuff to you. But after the chat, I will check your page out just to show your page some love. Oh, yeah, it wouldn't make sense if I would be able to leave my own chat. Hi, Jess Teresa. How are you? Welcome to Hello World. We're just talking about jealous for what? There's no reason why any of us should ever be jealous of another because you don't know what it took or what it takes for someone to maintain what they have or even to get what they have. Some people are really struggling to get what they have, but yet they can smile and you wouldn't even know that they're struggling. A lot of people are struggling emotionally, but yet you have no idea they're struggling emotionally because you don't take the time to get to know someone or ask them how they're feeling or how they're doing. We're too busy, like, oh, they got it, and just keep it moving with your own life. Be thankful for what you have. Because here's the thing, if we hate on other people's stuff, you're only bouncing those vibrations right back to you. So, what you wish harm for someone else, whether you know directly or indirectly, you're only wishing the same for your own life. So, we all have to try our best to just be thankful and happy for what we have. And when we see other people get stuff, congratulate them and be happy for them. Because you never know, that might be the only thing or reward they get in life. So let them enjoy that moment. Let them enjoy the moment. Never be that person who hates on another person. And when you find out in the long run what they had to do, you end up feeling terrible about why and how you felt, what you felt for them or about their situation. They are. They're too busy focusing on someone else to realize that they can make their lives 10 times better. Forgetting to realize they can make their lives 10 times better. So that brings me to this. If you happen to be a jealous person, let me ask you this. Do you have a vision board? Do you even know what a vision board is? If you have no idea what a vision board is, then I will tell you what a vision board is. It's basically taking a piece of paper or oak tag or whatever, some magazines, cutting out imagery, and words of what you desire for your life, looking at it every day. Or if you don't want to do the magazine route, just write down different things on that paper. Make it look like a tree, make it look fun. So it's something that you want to look at. Look at that every day. That takes the focus off of others and leaves it on you. And then you'll see how your life will start mirroring a reflection that you always anticipated that you would have all of these years. So do your vision board. It's fun. That helps you spend time with yourself so you can work on areas that need to be worked on. You don't want to do a vision board? Fine, don't do your vision board, but how else will you get better and be a better person if you don't work on it? Or you think a vision board is too much work? Okay, so you pretty much said to your life, it's too much work living. I just rather be mediocre and complain about everybody else and be jealous of everyone else. If that's the life that you want to lead, that's the free will that we've been given. But I guarantee you, you're always going to be upset and jealous. That can all turn around if you only just turn your life around. Hey, Melissa W. Welcome to Hello World. I'm cooking, so I can't stay. Just had to pop in and see my. Aw. Thank you, Melissa W. I appreciate you. You know I always appreciate you. Even when you don't get a chance to come here, I see you everywhere else. It's all good. Thank you. What you cooking? Everybody always cooking something. Well, I cooked earlier. I'm gonna just eat that again. But I feel like, you know what? When I come off of this live, I think I'm gonna go for a drive just to like take in the scenery because it's still warm outside. I think I might do that. And I have to remember where I parked too. Because I went out earlier. I did laundry earlier because I figured might as well do it now and have my weekend completely to myself, so I could save time to do other things. Um, so yeah, I think I might do that because you know what? Time is fleeting and it's not waiting for me. It's only saying joy, make the best of me. Squash, butter beans, barbecue chicken, cornbread, and sweet tea. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You had me at cornbread and sweet tea and squash and the barbecue chicken. I would just stare at the barbecue chicken, but I wouldn't eat it. Oh my goodness. You put butter on the cornbread and let it melt on top of the cornbread so it's like hard and then like kind of soft and buttery to your fingers. See, guys, that's what I think of when I think of food. Just like that moistness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. She make her cornbread soft and hard at the same time. I want the edge. I want the edge piece. Oh my goodness. That's the way you cook cornbread, guys. Oh my goodness. Yes. All right, Melissa, thank you. But yes, guys, we have so much living that we can do. We just have to take the opportunities and live it to the best of our potential, right? Because we have so much potential, so much unlimited potential, just waiting for us to tap in just to little pieces of it, little pieces of it. Even if you don't get it all, it doesn't matter as long as you're getting little pieces every single day. That's what matters. Guys, I am on Hello World every night between 7 and 9. So you can always catch me then. Make sure you are liking, subscribing, sharing, supporting the channel by sharing the website, the merch, purchasing a book or two, or purchasing a t-shirt or a onesie or some socks that no one else in the world except for 11 other people will have besides you. Links down below. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are necessary. You are loved. There is no mistake about your life. You are beautiful with perfections, with your imperfections, with your perfections. In your lows, you're still beautiful. In your highs, you're even more. You just glow a little differently. It's in your lows where I'm concerned. I don't want you to stay down for long. It's okay to be down because we all have our off periods, but don't stay there because you have too much work to do. You have too much being in the difference that you have to do. You have too much love that somebody needs. You are amazing. That's all I can say. Simply amazing. I hope that your evening is better than you anticipate or expected. I hope that your rest will be so sweet that when you wake up, you'll be like, I want to do that again. I hope that your life continues to shine so brightly. I hope that if you're not feeling well, that you feel better. I hope that if you're working on a life healthier lifestyle alternative, that all of those doors start opening for you to get through, so you can get that. If you need healing, I hope that that healing comes. Just be open, guys. Never give up. Never quit. Your change is always coming because our future is always 24 hours away. And we've got so much living, so much happiness that's just waiting for you to grasp and to hold and to enjoy, to love. You are the difference. You are the difference for me if no one else tells you. I hope that you wake up so refreshed and ready to encourage and embrace whatever the world has to give you, whatever life has to give you that day, tomorrow. I hope if you were in a bad mood, I hope that your mood is better than you can ever imagine. Whatever goals you set, I hope that those doors start opening so that you can see the results of your hard work and labor. May you always have a bit of encouragement, someone there for you to keep you pushing, to keep you motivated, to keep saying you can do it. Until we meet again, I appreciate you guys and thank you for joining me in another episode of Hello World. My name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. And until we meet again, this is Joy signing out from Hello World.